Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for supporting my channel, showing me love, sending comments, and all your kind words. I really appreciate it. So let's get into the video. So right now, as you see here, I'm painting my nails or my press-ons, as you see, black. And today I'm actually going to show you guys that I'm doing a DIY rainbow neon and like a neon light and smoke nail using gel, of course, because that's the medium of choice that I always use. So as you see there, I painted the nails matte black and I put a matte top coat on top of there to start working. And as you're gonna see here, you're seeing that I use white, and I also have one section of white where I'm mixing white and base gel, like with my base coat, and I put like a third section and I'm mixing it again with a base coat that was already mixed. So as you see, it's like 3 opacities of color that you want to kind of get for this particular design. For the gel, the black gel, I had a struggle with it because black gel in any circumstance, and I also believe it was these tips too, because the tips that I used, they weren't my clear tips. They were the regular press-on tips that you get, you know, from eBasket, but whichever. But with the black gel, you have to make sure that you are putting extremely thin coats and fully cured thin coats at a time. I don't know if it's just dark gels, because I noticed that with black gels specifically, it doesn't matter what brands you get the black gel in, it just wrinkles like no tomorrow if you ladle that thing on thick. And me, I like it thick, you know. So I have to kind of get out of that comfort zone and just, you know, do it the right way, because I had to do it a couple of times until I finally perfected that. And I was just happy. I was like, oh my god, yes. So now you see me, I'm currently just trying to reassess how I want to do the design. It's like a little squiggly line of some sort. You could do like a little squiggly line. I did like a little loop-de-loop, you know, whatever floats your boat. I decided to just kind of go in and do a little loop-de-loop around, and, you know, gives like a neon effect. So I'm starting with the thinnest opacity, which is, or the lightest opacity, I should say, of the white. You want to start with the really sheer white that you made in your little coaster dish. And I started using that, and I painted that till I had a design that I liked, and then I went and cured that. So then now with the dotting tool, I go back in with the second white where it's a little bit more white-ish, if that makes sense, and just going right over top of that first layer. And this is basically something worked in layers until you get your desired look. So, and I saw this, actually, I got this inspired, or inspo. I was inspired by Tabytha Nails. She's a fellow YouTuber that's on here. And she has a lovely YouTube channel that I follow and I love for her nail designs, and she's really talented. So if she ever sees this video, love you, girl. I love how you do your nails. So I kind of watched her tutorial, and this is kind of how she did it as well. So I was like, I want to try that because I really like the look. The layers can kind of show through where it kind of gives like almost like the white is gonna pop out. So the only difference that she did in her video, which I'm also probably going to link below, you know, to give her credit as well. The only difference she did was she added like a glow-in-the-dark pigment, I believe, or like a glow-in-the-dark paint. You could do that. That would be so cool. I just don't, me personally, I just don't have a glow-in-the-dark paint. So I just did these regular neon. And I'm just going around once I cure that. So you do a layer, you cure it, do a layer, cure it, and it's pretty repetitive. And so I'm actually going back around and just, you know, picking up the sheer color and just really kind of, you know, making that detailed a little bit more. Okay, so I'm back and just readjusting the camera. So as you see, I picked, that's my neon color, and I also took you want to take either a jelly color or you can make your own jelly, which I did here, and I just took a neon pink and sheared it out with the base coat. I took a lot of pink. I just realized that you don't have to take that whole bunch of pink because it's only going to be one little section of the nail. But anyway, and you go ahead and you just paint that pink, the jelly pink, directly over top of the design, and it gives you like this neon color, neon effect. So I looked at that, I was just like, you could leave it like that, but I just felt like I don't know why, because I definitely could have just left it like that, but apparently I couldn't leave it alone. So I was like, no, I just feel like I need it to pop out more. So I started layering more gel. And here's the thing, when you layer the gels, you want to make sure each layer is cured really good, because with all this gel, that's where you can kind of run into problems where you see wrinkling or chipping or whichever. But with this, I cured each layer for like 60 seconds, so I knew it would be all right. And it really kind of gives like a raised effect. So as I saw, I was like, ooh, I like it, but then I still kind of want that white stripe in between, which I ended up adding, but I added it with the sheer white. I didn't do like stark white. I did like a sheer white because then it can give that whole effect that it's like a little neon light, and that's what I was looking for. So that's good. So on to the next nail. All right, so with this one, it's gonna be way easier than that, I think. So this is gonna be kind of like a repeat of similar methods, but they're both gonna be ombre. And this, so I try to do the smoke nail, and it just looks like an S right there. So I actually end up getting rid of that design because it was just like, what am I doing? I was like, oh, okay. So I'm just taking the white gel, I place the white on top, and then you want to kind of shear it out with the alcohol, and it just, to me, it just ended up a mess. I was just like, I was like trying to fix it. I was just like, you know what, just wipe this off. So I go back, I was like, I want to kind of put it towards the side, so let me try this again. But the smoke nail is actually way easier than they're both pretty easy, but the smoke nail is way easier in regards to application. All you're doing is you're basically doing kind of like a smoky pitter pat design. Like, see, that could have been done right there, but unfortunately, because I have OCD, I could not leave things alone. So I was just like, okay, let's, you know, make sure everything comes out the way I want it. So, and, you know, that's what I was doing. But all the smoke nail is basically just taking the white gel and taking like a little bit of alcohol, and you're just kind of shearing it out, and it gives like this smoky effect. So that's what you really want to do. I also will link the video below, so I'm gonna link both the videos that I got inspired by with this design. And since it's fall, I kind of wanted to do like a dark rainbow or something in that matter. I still love bright colors, so you know, so I went and I cured the white gel, and then now the same method that you do for the neon sign nail, you could also do for the smoke, which once you cure your white gels with the design, you go in and put your color on top, and you could take a jelly color, or once again make your own. Just take some base coat and mix it with the neon pigment, or because the girl in the video, the girl used pigments, which I should have tried, but I was just like, I just want to use gel, so I did gel, and I just made the gels like a jelly consistency, so it's nice and, you know, transparent, so it shows up a lot better with the white background. And I'm just kind of ombreing those two colors together, and that's basically what I did. So I'm gonna let you guys rock out to some music, and let's keep on watching. Okay, so now I finished with the design. I went and cured that, and I basically wiped off that tacky layer, and I just putting a no wipe top coat over the design itself. And you can go ahead and repaint the outside layers matte if you need to, just to kind of really define the design. I eventually do that, but for right now you could just go ahead and do that. So as you see, I'm repeating this. This is my middle finger. I'm repeating this design, and I'm doing the whole loop-de-loop, and it's the same concept. It's okay, you know, you want to draw on where you want the design to be, and then once that happens, then you go ahead and cure that. Now, towards the end of the video, I was trying to cut corners, but I actually like how the original setup is, and you could honestly do this and then just put a jelly color over it, and you could be done with the nail. It's just for this, I, you know, wanted to perfect everything. So yeah, so all right, so you guys are gonna watch me work, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here so this nail was gonna be yellow and orange ombre, and I'm adding the jelly color of the yellow. It's really bright. The orange, however, I had to do a couple of layers of the orange because it wouldn't show up. It's very, very jelly, so, but it came out pretty cool. Me trying to blend the orange and yellow, it gave me problems. I'm not gonna lie, it gave me problems. Okay guys, I've probably re-recorded this 100 million times, so the level of frustration is up to the wazoo, but nonetheless, as I show you here, I'm doing the other smoke, and this is gonna be for the, I believe it's the ring finger, and I'm doing a yellow and green ombre for this smoke, where the other one I did, I believe it was pink and orange. So now I'm doing the yellow and green, and then there's the orange and yellow there. So as you see, it's going to be like a continuation. And now I'm going to go ahead and work on the pinky nail. So the pinky nail, I decided to do like a seafoam green from the regular green. So almost like a aqua. But for this one, what I should have did, instead of just doing it the white, I should have just, you know, did 3 versions of the seafoam green because it depends on the color that you use. This one, because it was already a bright color, I didn't necessarily need a white background for it to show up. So that's another lesson learned. But they came out pretty cool. So I'm gonna actually just finish this. This is very repetitive. You've seen it like a million times already. So I'm gonna let you guys rock out, and then I'll see you at the end. Okay, and here are the nails. They came out really nice. They were really pretty. Of course, I preferred the smoke nails over the neon, but I also like the neon too. I'll probably get better and better at the neon, but here they are. I wasn't able to do any outside shots for this one, which I love doing outside shots. It was raining, so I had to deal with what I had, and my nails are super shiny because of the oil. But they're supposed to be matte, so it's like a matte with the design background. So there they are, and I thank you guys for sticking in there. If you held this long, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching. Click that notification bell, like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you follow my social media platforms, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you.